Previously on Survivor. 14 new campers and 2 returning counselors checked into Camp Roysan to compete in a weekend-long game of Survivor. Both tribes spent the first night getting to know each other. But it was Kohas that worked together to win immunity. At Suncook, Peyton was clearly on the outs, but his aloofness created idle paranoia, leading to Sonia and Kate tossing votes on Andrew. In the end, the paranoia wasn't enough to save Peyton.
Peyton, the tribe has spoken.
15 campers remain, who will be voted out tonight.
Thought I saw something in his pocket that was not facing me, and I was trying to look around and trying to see on the other side, and he kept on telling me these things. I was like, oh my god, he's setting me up, I'm gonna die. So I got really paranoid. I found a way to get paranoid. Tribal went well. The talk of the town now is that Sonia plus one mystery person tried to split the votes a little bit.
I said it's too early to be mixing votes because you spook people and then you split votes on me. I think which was kind of a stupid play because I know. I kind of figured out that Sonia concocted a plan to throw 2 votes my way because she was worried about him having an idol.
It was like a split second. I was standing there and I was just like, I'm so nervous. I was like, I didn't, because if he had an idol and we all voted him, he'd be out.
We were in a circle and this was when we were talking about voting out Peyton. And then she goes, well, I'm just really worried about him having an idol. And I was like, yeah, but it's too early to play the game. She was like, and I was like, it's too early to throw votes on someone. And she's like, well, we could still throw votes on someone. Well, I don't think she's my target because Sonia, she put my name down and she got somebody else to do it.
I wrote down Andrew's name because I thought me and Sonia would have a better connection if I did, right? So, but talking to T-Bone and Noah and Andrew, they're all pissed off.
I just don't know who else voted for me.
It's hard to know.
It has to either be Eric
What do you mean? It's probably a good guess. I didn't.
It's who she's closest to. I just don't know who she's closest to. Whoever did the second vote, that's kind of what I'm hung up on. It was either Erica or Sam.
If he had an immunity idol and he played it,
He picks whoever he played. All of his votes wouldn't have counted. So
he voted for me, right?
He voted for you.
Yeah,
but
how did
Andrew
you
had
know that?
2, didn't
Did you know
he?
And we both put votes on Andrew just in case Peyton had an idol.
I had a feeling he was gonna write, a girl's name down for some reason. And then, right. So, I see what you're saying.
We had to keep at least girls. We had
Right.
one of the boys.
I see what you're saying. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And it was between Andrew and Noah.
That's smart.
I think.
That's smart. So if he had
But I
an
don't want
immunity
them out.
idol, it would have been Andrew. Because he had the second most votes.
Since he had 2 votes.
Damn.
Might not have been the best plan to pick him because he's kind of a wild card.
She's played
Yeah, she
before.
played before.
She has the advantage. I think Sonia's the next person on the chopping block. I think I have a couple people in my corner. They were also shocked, and I don't think they like that because we all thought we were doing the same thing.
I was so surprised to see.
I was shocked to see my name. I honestly thought it was going to glance.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I would rather people
when it was
tell me.
2-2-1, I was
Yeah, I was like,
duh.
man, I was like, I'm so fucking lost. Honestly, not a bad move. Andrew is a fair person to put votes on because it sounds like he has a partner on the other side or something. I think I mean, obviously it would be nice to know, but I didn't really get the chance to talk to Sonia, so it's
Sonia
like,
and Kate, they decided like literally right before we left.
it's fine.
Like when
Honestly-
she came back from confessional.
And I think honestly, Andrew is a good person to feel like a partner.
Yeah, exactly.
Who am I the closest with? You know, unfortunately, I feel like it's probably Erica, and I say unfortunately just because I think she's doing well. I think she's probably close with a lot of people.
Tremarin and I are pretty tight, but he's also tight with Kate maybe, but Kate didn't tell him that they voted for Andrew, so.
Andrew is a little better.
Is he?
But
Yeah.
it's alright. You know,
It was
he'll
like,
get
right.
over it. I think he understands why totally.
Right.
I think he'll just like need to think about it for a second.
But
Whatever. It's whatever. I think it was a good move, honestly.
I think so.
You're still here. I think I just fell ass backwards into like people having a fight and I'm not involved in it, which is sick.
Last night we all bonded pretty well. I think we've got a really good vibe for our tribe.
Where's JJ? Is he with?
JJ's not right there.
Oh, what's up, JJ?
It's a good thing you asked before you said let's vote him out first.
Where is he?
JJ's gone.
Idle poke.
We're all, you know, hanging out very well together. The camaraderie and, you know, the mentality has been the team so far. All right, I'm ready. Let's go.
Off the bat, I think Coach K and JJ seem like the biggest threats.
I ended up with the nickname Coach K last night as I coach Curls varsity soccer, and there's a Survivor player named Coach, so it's not necessarily the best nickname because he's not the best player. I think it's more of a endearing nickname.
I could see it being Peyton. I could see them going to like just getting rid of somebody strong too. Like,
I could honestly see Andrew rubbing some people the wrong way.
Oh yeah.
The guys also, I think, are going to stay tight through the first vote, and that's more. It's not like a guys versus girls thing, but John and I both feel nervous because we feel like outsiders. JJ has his nerves because he feels targeted as a returnee.
I, again, just still feel that added element of like the camp counselor, the guy who knows more than everybody else because he's played this before, he's been here. If we go to tribal soon, I don't want to be the guy that's putting any names on any big moves.
It's just an easy thing, everyone can get on board with it, I feel like. And again, I think we want that first vote to just be somewhat of a unanimous decision. I don't want to split off from the rest of the tribe.
Coach K, I agree with what you were saying a minute ago about how hopefully in that first vote for them, it's all unanimous.
Yeah.
You don't want to be on the bottom. If we end up soon,
Yeah.
I also hope it's the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Rachel gets thrown around all the time, and I don't love the idea of Rachel going.
I think the four of us are super solid, and I think Casey really doesn't want to be the first person out. So
I agree.
So I think it's easy to bring her in, and then if Peyton goes, like then we don't. I'm not worried about Morgan having the connection. So
That's
then-
true.
I agree. Yeah.
And
So then at that point, Rachel.
yeah.
Okay. I think I can work with Rachel pretty well. I talk with her well. No one was saying this in a mean way, but knowing that your boyfriend's on the other tribe, your name was brought up last night in the tent as like an early, well, maybe she's got a boyfriend, so we could just do that.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen.
Okay.
So
appreciate
let's
that.
try to make that not happen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make an alliance of like the power squad that I see. I see Louisa as a strong competitor. I see Rachel as a strong competitor. I see Coach K, and I see John as a strong competitor. I'd like to be able to work with you, definitely. And like I said, if you're comfortable, I think Louisa has got like a good game.
Yeah, I do want to talk to her one-on-one, so
Yeah, okay.
are you comfortable with like bringing that up that we had this conversation?
For sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright,
definitely,
cool.
definitely. I'd love to actually like kind of behind the scenes solidify a few like tighter
Yeah.
things. I trust you guys. I think you got a good like reality show mind.
And I was able to talk to John and Louisa actually just a few minutes ago, alone. It was just the three of us for the first time.
It could be good if you can get Rachel on board is to. I don't know how complicated we want to make this because I genuinely like everyone here. Like it's a really fun crowd.
Nobody I'm looking to target right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Well, and especially too like at this point, who's a challenge liability? No one. We didn't
Nobody.
lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Morgan and Coach K are the ones that did the puzzle. And you're like, it's all good. So it's hard to challenge, base it off of that. But
Right, so then if we can't do that, then we got to do a tribal.
Yeah.
I still probably would lean Morgan just because she's one of the names that has somebody over there.
Guys, we got some tree mail! What? Alright. It's from Camp Director Liam.
Oh,
Surprise, surprise!
Mr. Man. Keeps writing us letters. It's like, about romance.
It's like he's obsessed with us or something.
Greetings, Kohas. We all know one of the hardest parts of coming to camp is getting used to the food.
No.
So for your next immunity challenge, we have prepared one of our favorite entrees. Grab your things and report
I'm
to
not
the
hungry.
mess.
I gotta work up an appetite.
I am hungry.
Is this
I'm
nervous?
I am like one of the fastest eaters.
This is earlier than I
know.
expected.
Kohas getting your first look at the new Suncook tribe. Oh. Peyton voted out as the first tribal. JJ, I'll take that back. Thank you. Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. For this challenge, we're doing an old Camp Roysan tradition. Back in the day, someone visited from Australia and brought this nice Merrimack vitamin D spread, and it became a camp tradition that everyone has to take a bit of it. So for this challenge, we'll be going one-on-one. If you get it down, your tribe gets a point. You're not racing. If once everyone on your tribe goes, if it's a tie, we'll go to a tiebreaker, and I'll tell you that when we get there. Suncook, because you're down one, someone has to go twice.
Better than what I
expected. Someone has to go twice.
I got this.
Good to go.
It's not a race.
It's not a race.
Yeah, but
That's good.
Woo!
Oh, is each
Oh, it's coming.
Good.
Woo! It smells, yeah, like hot, like smells like hot.
Whenever you're ready.
I think I was good, right?
Seriously cheap.
I mean something.
Dan loves this. Dan eats this stuff for breakfast.
Use some
Woo!
Way too heavy carry on.
Yeah, like that's it, carry on.
It's like way.
Talking to the dog. Yeah.
dog food.
I was worried there was still some left on my tongue.
You got it, Erica.
It's just so hard to swallow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Heck yeah,
I was worried it was still on my tongue.
Good.
Yeah. Okay.
Coach K!
Go. Whenever you're ready.
I mean, for me, it's not. It does taste like it's just.
That's the coach right there! Coach K!
You got this, Morgan.
Okay.
So weird.
Ready?
Is this healthy?
Go. Yeah, it's vegan. It's
But is it actually healthy?
vitamin
It's
C.
like.
That's Morgan.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
Nope, you got it.
She doesn't have it?
Yeah!
Had it.
Got it. Yeah, that's, I think that's the hardest part is getting it now.
Casey.
I feel like it's gonna get
Yeah!
Woo!
Come on, Casey.
You got this, you got this, you got this. You can keep it down.
You got it, Casey.
No, you can't.
Yeah!
Hey.
Oh, no. Is this it? Is the final round?
Final round.
7-7. Are you getting a lot of dog food right now? That's what my whole tribe is saying. It tastes like dog food.
Why do they all know what dog food tastes like?
Have you not had dog food?
Yeah.
What it smells like? I feel and say no.
Woo!
That's how we've been eating.
That's 8-all. All right, so since we're 8-8, the tiebreaker will be another head-to-head matchup, but this time it is a race. First one to clear it wins immunity for their tribe. Suncook, you're picking Kohas's competitor. Kohas,
After she's seen it from the house, right?
Yeah, honestly, it was her or JJ just blew it, but I think it was
No, she like almost.
Under Armour girl. She did not. Yeah. Let's go her.
I already know they're choosing me. I heard them.
Suncook, who's doing it?
We're picking Casey.
Kohas.
All right, Casey.
Picking Kate.
You're sick about it.
Not Sam.
Show the crowd.
You got it. You got it.
You got this! Let's go, Casey!
Let's go, Casey.
Go. You got it. You got it. Hold your nose.
Survivors ready.
Let's go.
Let's go, Casey! Let's go! Let's go! You got it! You got it! You got it! Here we go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Game time.
It's all good.
Yeah.
That would
that's
hurt.
that's some
Yes!
You
Yes!
Congratulations, son.
Yeah! Yes!
You guys are safe from the next vote.
Woo!
Co-host. That was as close as you can get, but sorry, you got a date with me at tribal council. See you guys soon.
Gotta take the buff off and wipe off your stuff.
Yeah, I like all of you guys.
Start playing taps.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was god awful. Obviously, there's a little bit of pressure, like having lost a challenge for your tribe. Okay, yeah, what really sucks is like when you're the one to lose a challenge, it makes you think that, you know, there's gonna be a target. I have some pretty strong connections so far that might be helpful for me moving forward. Carl being one of them.
I'm leaning towards Rachel. I think just her having Andrew on the other side.
Yeah.
And she's like I know that we all have to talk and everything, but even that, like, we're all together and she's like standing off in the back, like.
Yeah.
There is a nervous factor for our first tribal, of course. I feel like it's between two people, Casey or Rachel. With Casey, people are thinking about Casey from a challenge perspective. People are thinking Rachel because she has some connections, and that's a little bit worrisome. She's also a little bit more obviously playing harder than a lot of other people. I think a lot of people are playing hard, but she's being a little bit more obvious about it.
Performance-wise, I feel like, I mean, I know that I don't want to like fault Casey for that, but like,
yeah,
my strategy going into today was like, who's the weaker links?
Yeah, for sure.
Carl has a big issue with me having a relationship on the other team and thinks that that's gonna hinder the team in the long run. I wanted to address it up front about like Andrew being on the other team. Like, I'm here to make an alliance with my tribe and fight against them, not us being in the end at all. It sounds like every time Carl mentions me, JJ is quick to say that I am an asset to the team.
Do we also know that she does not have an idol?
100%. If somebody has it, it's her. That's. I mean, okay, 70%. But like, I think if somebody has it, it's more than likely her.
Do you got an idol?
No.
You don't have an idol?
I
Okay.
Do I need one?
I don't actually think so. I could spook her a little bit, and then we could go with. But then again, if that is the plan, then we're going with Casey, but we're telling Rachel it's her. I think the plan is to make it seem like we're going for you, and we actually go for Casey. I think is what the consensus is.
Okay.
Sorry.
I got to sit down with JJ, Carl, Dan, and Morgan, and we all kind of decided Casey. I wanted to fill Louisa in on that because I'm working with her pretty closely, her and JJ. As Casey was doing her interview here, Carl was like, yeah, we're gonna do Casey, while Louisa was thinking that we were gonna do Rachel. And I hadn't got a chance to talk to her and fill her in.
Casey, is that where you're at? No? Where are you at?
So that was a little awkward.
I am pulling for Rachel. Frankly, I think Rachel's more of a threat. And I don't know, I just haven't clicked with her as much.
Okay. That's fair.
Assess
Survivor. I brought this with me from home. I wrote this up the day that I was leaving. This is JJ's Survival Guide to Survivor. It's Survival Guide. I wrote it yesterday before I came out here. Just a bunch of things that I wanted to center myself, remind myself, keep thinking of, that I could read and be like, this is how I'm going to win this fucking game. One of the things that I left myself, through the first few votes, let others take charge. That's number 6 on this list. And that's what I gotta do right now.
I think most of us are pretty neutral one way or the other.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I feel too.
Are you on the same page? We're just trying to make sure.
I'll start off, Casey. Big performance on the last challenge, hard task. Did you feel that pressure going back to camp? Was that in your head?
A lot of internal pressure, but everyone on the tribe has been so nice and understanding, so that definitely helped. Definitely my own biggest critic, so I think I beat myself up a lot more than hopefully other people are really thinking. So it was horrible experience. Don't recommend it.
Well, JJ, last time you were here was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling now compared to when you did that?
Well, I'm not gonna say I'm feeling confident because that's what I said at my confessional while I was casting my vote, and then that was the last vote I casted for 5 years. So I'm not feeling confident, but it's one of these things where you just have to, this early in the game, you have to trust in the people that you met during the first night, and I trust everybody here.
All right, and JJ just said he trusts everyone, so how do you pick?
It's tough. I mean, you just kind of got to go with your gut feeling, whatever you felt from the start. I mean, no matter who you choose, somebody's feeling is going to get hurt, but at the end of the day, it's got to get done.
So, Louisa, Dan just said you got to trust your gut. How do you judge what other people's guts are, and how do you align what your gut is feeling to someone else's?
You can't. You just gotta talk to people, read the vibe, and hope for the best.
So, Carl, you just got two kind of contradicting reports of what this decision is. So how do you look upon it?
I mean, it's interesting. Like we all talk about like how we have such a good vibe, we get along so well, and we really do like each other. And that's not lip service. Like we really do have that connection. But you're also playing Survivor, and someone does have to get voted out because we lost. I think there's like so many different things to look at. Like, are we trying to not lose again? Are we worried about like who we can trust the most, who we've had the conversations with? There's just so many different ways to look at it that makes it really, really hard to know what other people are going to do.
So John, you got a report. Is it team for you? Is it team, or is it who you can trust personally? How are you looking upon this personally?
Well, like they've all mentioned, we've all gotten along pretty well. We've all talked. Everyone really likes each other here. So there's like a lot of factors to take into consideration, and I guess by the end of it, you kind of gotta listen to what people say and try to determine who you think is being genuine and who isn't, and you've got to just commit to something. And it's unfortunate someone has to go, and you just hope it's not yourself.
So Rachel, you've been able to sit back and hear a lot of what everyone else is saying about trust and guts, and has anything that people have said right here shined any light on what you were feeling before you came up here?
I have some suspicions of things that people are shining light on right now. So I think we'll just have to wait and see.
What are some of those suspicions?
I think trust. I think that there's some concerns with people having pre-existing relationships with other people and how that may play out in the long run. But I mean, ultimately, we're all here to win.
So with that, JJ, you're up first.
All right, this person, nothing personal. I just think that there's going to be alliances on the other tribe if they were to make it.
I'll go tally the votes. Alright, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and like to use it, now would be the time to do so. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. That person will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. First vote, Rachel. Casey. 1 Rachel, 1 Casey. Rachel. That's 2 Rachel, 1 Casey. Rachel. That's 3 Rachel, 1 Casey. Rachel. 4 Rachel, 1 Casey. Second person voted out as survivor, Merrimack Madness, Rachel. Grab me your torch. Rachel, try this vote. With the vote, that seems like it was clearly based off challenge performance versus pre-existing relationships. It was clear that you all went with pre-existing relationships.
Thanks,
Let's
guys.
let's see how that affects the rest of the game. Grab your torches, the deck camps. Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
I don't know, I kind of feel betrayed. That kind of came out of nowhere. So I thought that we were going to go with who could move the needle on challenges and winning. But I think that in the long run, they're worried about when a merge happens, if I would take the side of people on the other team, which I guess that meant more to them than winning challenges. So.
Next time on Survivor, alliances start to solidify on both tribes.
Cohas strong.
Yeah. But can everyone be trusted?
Sonia's got her like hand in, I feel like, everybody's business.
The one I can't trust is Coach K.
As immunity comes down to the bounce of a ball.